Hello everybody, it's Dr. Steve back with another episode of Core Wellness TV. Today I want to talk to you about weight loss and detoxification, believe it or not, because those are stresses to your body, stresses in your life that contribute to that three-dimensional picture you present to the world of cross-posture syndrome, and it can draw you forward. And for instance, excess weight can create inflammation because every pound of body fat is like an endocrine organ that puts out inflammatory chemicals that breaks your body down. That is a stress to your system. If you're eating too much grain and animal products that eat grain, that's a stress to your system and actually makes your body produce more cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So you can see that there's a very strong connection between detoxification, weight management, and stress-induced muscle imbalances. So your toxicity in your tissues and your weight issues can absolutely cause postural issues that then create mechanical pain, strain, arthritis, degeneration, and such. So I'm here at Charlestown Park in Indiana, and I'm going to take a little walk today. I'm going to share with you some more things along the way that will help you on your journey towards weight loss and detoxification in a safe and effective manner. See you soon. I chose this nice quiet spot of green to talk about thoughts. That's the first piece of this puzzle, because without addressing toxic thoughts, you're always going to be running a stress program that will constantly chew up all of your vitamins and waste energy in your life. So what are toxic thoughts? Thoughts of doubt, fear, stress, shame, scarcity. Those are thoughts that bring on a stress response in your body. So if you do not have a practice where you can shut your ego mind down and get in connection with your spirit, then you're always going to run a stress program that's always going to make you reach and grasp for a donut, or grasp for a cup of coffee, or grasp for that alcohol, or whatever it is that you want to use to kind of hide, suppress, or deny that stuff. So anyway, that's the first big step, is developing a practice that allows you to get into spirit. And that can be a gentle breathing technique where you just listen to the sound of your breath for a few minutes. That can be the official relaxation response. It's popularized by Herbert Benson in his book The Relaxation Response and his subsequent books. I would check that out. Any kind of meditation practice, any type of practice that allows you, yoga, okay, any type of practice that allows you to get out of your mind, get out of your thoughts, and into just being. Because that peace, that feeling of peace, is what heals. That feeling of peace is what allows your body to start the detoxification processes. If you're under stress mode, repair and detox, that stuff doesn't happen, because it's like if a tornado's coming, you dive down in the basement. You don't go out and paint your barn and do all the little maintenance things around the house or around your place. You go and you survive. And so if stress is running and the stress program is running, you're in survival mode. Your detoxification programs diminish. Your ability to make hormones diminish. Estrogen, testosterone, progesterone, they all diminish. Everything goes on halt whenever stress is the program. So you have to find a way to mindfully, consciously break out of that. If you're always searching for a pill to do it, or you're always searching for this or that diet or this exercise to do it, you have to also address the thoughts, because if in your mind you are, again, running that pattern, you'll never break out of it. So that's the first thing, is start a relaxation practice of some kind, a meditation practice where you can get into spirit. See you in a minute. Okay guys, the next thing is nutrition. The first thing about nutrition is that you have to use it to keep your bowels regular. And what does that mean? That means water. Lots and lots of water. General recommendation, body weight divided by 2 equals ounces per day. Very general recommendation, but it's a starting point. Some need more, some need less. If you don't have access to fresh spring water, reverse osmosis is a good second choice. So that's water that keeps the bowels moving. Fiber. Choose fiber-rich foods. What do I use to help people get their bowels moving? I use chia seed and flax seed. If you've never used chia seed, You have to find it at a health food store. You soak it in some nut milk, rice milk, almond milk. You can even soak it in water. It only takes 20 minutes to half an hour for it to kind of gel, and it kind of looks like a tapioca pudding. You put some blueberries in it, some strawberries in it, a little bit of fruit, add additional fiber, and it's like a chia pudding. So that's how most people consume chia, and it's a very, very excellent source of protein and omega-3 fatty acids to boot. So those are a couple of things. Otherwise, plenty of fruits and vegetables is going to take care of that for you. Now, the other thing about nutrition is antioxidants. When you look at color, that's antioxidant. That's berries, that's greens. Anything that's green is going to have lots of antioxidants in it. Because when your body detoxifies things, it basically explodes them, uses the oxidation process. What happens is whenever there's a fire like that, there's also smoke. And the smoke has to be cleared out. And that smoke is free radicals, and those things will damage your body, damage your liver, and basically place a major load on your system. So you have to have antioxidants to put out the fire and move everything through. So that's why antioxidants. Now, excuse me, swallowed a bug a little bit ago. So that's, and what else? So what do we have to avoid? Okay, the things we want to avoid during any kind of detoxification process, and in general we should try to avoid these things, is wheat and dairy. Gluten is very damaging to the gut wall, and if you create a leaky gut, then you have all kinds of other problems, and that's a whole nother seminar and a whole nother series. But we need to keep the gut healthy, and gluten and dairy are the biggest gut aggravators. And while we're at it, the other big gut aggravators, think of them as your snacks. Sugar, nicotine, alcohol, caffeine. Those are the ones that break down your gut wall and create the leaky gut syndrome and cause chronic inflammatory cascades happening in your body. So that's what to avoid. Gluten-free, either Google gluten-free, or I'll put a link somewhere on this page to some gluten-free websites. Very simple, okay, and dairy-free. That means no wheat, or no milk, and no cheese, or cottage cheese, or yogurt, or anything like that. And so see how you tolerate that. And that's just like just try it for a month and see how you feel. You might be just amazed. So those are a few things about nutrition that'll be helpful for you. See you in a minute. Speaking of nutrition and stuff to avoid, I want to make sure I add in there any factory farm raised animal products. Because why? Half the world's antibiotic supply goes into raising conventional animals. Why else? Because it takes 1 barrel of crude oil to produce 1 steer ready for butcher. And so not only is it a inflammation bomb, because these animals are fed corn and soy and grain. These are grain-fed animals, and grain increases the inflammatory fatty acids, increases arachidonic acid, which causes your blood to clot, which causes your muscles to spasm, which causes all kinds of allergic symptoms to happen, which makes your brain be stressed and kick out more cortisol. This is stress-induced. This is nutrition-induced stress. So we need to eliminate that, especially during a detox period. And in general, any animal products during a detox, you want to go plant-based as much as possible. Alright guys, the last piece is the exercise piece, or the movement piece. What I recommend for detoxification purposes is nice, low and slow, long duration. Okay, I know there's a lot of people who don't like aerobic exercise and they think it's bad for you, but I'm telling you, you have to start there. You have to build your aerobic base, and how you do that is the 180 minus age formula. I'll either post it down below or post a link to it. This just means 180 minus your age. If you're recovering, if you're on medication or recovering from sickness, we subtract a little. If you're like an elite athlete, we add a little bit to that. But that's the basic starting point because we want to train the body to work in the aerobic zone, so we're accessing fat for fuel, because fat is where the toxins are stored. If we go too hard and do high intensity stuff, that kind of puts a stress on the system if you're not used to it. And remember, this is kind of all about, it's just as it's a detoxification program, it's also a stress reduction program. So that's the first thing. So, aerobic exercise. Nice, easy, slow, long, slow aerobic exercise. In addition to that, we're also going to want to focus on making sure our posture is where it needs to be, because correct breathing and correct posture lets the lymphatic system flow more effectively. And remember, the lymphatic system is where all of the toxins get dumped to. When the immune system's kind of done with everything, it dumps it into the lymphatic system, and that's how our body recirculates it and gets rid of it. So our lymph has to flow, and what's the pump for the lymph system? It doesn't have a pump. It doesn't have a pump like the heart. The pump for the lymph system is diaphragmatic breathing. So if you're always breathing up here into your chest, you're not pumping your lymph, you're not getting rid of your lymph, the flow is stagnant. So breathing creates that nice flow and that nice detoxification situation. And you're also getting deep breaths, which helps you blow off more acid. So it helps alkalize your tissues, it helps to pump your lymph, and it just makes you feel better. It gives the message to the nervous system of growth and renewal versus the message of stress, decay, and breakdown. Okay, so what is our main thing we always talk about there? Whatever your support point is, you find your support point and you imagine pushing away from it. As soon as you do that, that's because that's all you did as a baby. Remember, when you were a baby, all you did was push away from your support points and you went up. And that's all you have to do now, is just keep the intention of pushing away from your support points, and that will automatically correct your posture and drop your diaphragm down and help facilitate your diaphragm. So in addition to that, what else do we need to do? Make sure our chest is opening. We need to do something to open our chest and something to open our hips, because those are the two areas that close down with stress, and we want to give that message of growth and renewal. So simply, lunges are great for opening up the front of the hip, not too much weight on the front foot. Lunges like so, side to side lunges. You can even build up a heart rate doing this as well. You could do this as an aerobic exercise if you continue to do it. You want to do like a downward facing dog type maneuver, where anytime you can use the back of a couch, the back of a chair, a table, whatever, a wall even, and you need to get movement into your thoracic spine through here. This is the major place of blockage. So getting movement in through here, and movement in through your chest, and movement in through your hips. Those are the three key link areas that need to have good effective motion for your posture to be where it needs to be, so you can give the message of calm to your nervous system. Well guys, that's it. That is the mindset, nutrition, and movement. The three pieces, the three pillars for effective detoxification and weight loss. They always come together. For some reason, that's just what happens. So be safe, be effective, and I'm going to be actually doing a course on this. I'm just going to be doing a 90-minute class at the office. This coming Monday. It's after the Kentucky Derby in 2011. I think it's the 9th. It will actually be the 9th. So anyway, there'll be some more information about that, and I may have some recordings of that as well. If you got some benefit out of this, you may want to get on the list somewhere on this page so you get more information about that. Okay, well guys, you keep thinking good thoughts, eating good food, and keep moving functionally. Okay, see you next time.